client red flags to watch out for and how to avoid these as a freelancer. I posted on Twitter that over the years I've learned as a freelancer to identify red flags from clients, but these aren't always obvious or apparent at first. So we have developed a system on how we can avoid being caught out by these. Turns out from your comments to my tweet that a lot of you are interested in this topic. If you're a freelancer either full-time or as a side hustle or even thinking about becoming one, then you need to watch this video. We know how difficult it can be as a freelancer. You have to do everything. The work itself, look after the admin and accounts, invoicing, and on top of that, all the marketing. And in addition, there is the pressure of securing clients and being as accommodating as possible because after all, this is your livelihood. So more often than not, we want to say yes rather than no. So we decided to use our combined knowledge. I have been a freelancer for over 15 years and Sarah practiced as a lawyer for just as long, to show you what red flags you need to look out for and how you can protect yourself as we do in our business. These are the most common red flags from clients we have come across. Number 1, no matter how many times you ask, they do not explain what they are looking for or are really confused about this. Number 2, they keep changing their mind about what they want. Number 3, they have a track record of asking and expecting you to work for free. Number 4, you might have heard the same from other freelancers in your network. And when you decline to do free work, they ghost you. Number 5, they say they want to test how good you are or the result of the work first, so expect this work to be free, with the promise that in the next piece of work, they will pay you. And guess what? There'll never be another piece of work from them, so don't fall for that trick. Number 6, they say you're too expensive and immediately ask for a discount before you even told them your pricing. Number 7, and the last one, and this is a big one for me, they refuse to proceed if you insist on a retainer or an invoice. Major red flag. One of the excuses we've heard is that dealing with an agreement will take too long and they need the work done straight away. Do not fall for it. It's a trap. So how can you protect yourself? Whether you're dealing with one person or a startup or a big enterprise, here are our top tips on how you can protect yourself, even if those red flags come up. Right from the beginning, when initial contact is made, make it clear you expect to be paid for this work. If you have a pricing list, which I recommend you do, then send this over at this stage, so right now. Next, ask what is it they are looking for. You can even give some suggestions based on the services that you provide. Try to avoid spending too long at this stage or giving free advice. In this case, this is not a serious client yet, and they still may ghost you. This includes try to avoid calls so early on. You should be able to explain what you offer concisely in an email, and they should be able to do the same with what they need and what collaboration they want. If they insist on a call without moving forward, then make sure you limit it to 15 or 30 minutes, absolute maximum. I fall into that trap a lot. I like to give out so much help and tips and just collaborate with people even before we've agreed on the final piece of work and how much they're going to pay me. I need to get better at this myself, and Sarah's helping me to do this. So if you've moved on to the next stage and it looks like the client is serious about proceeding, the next step is to agree the scope of the work so that both parties know what is being done. This is where you really want to over-communicate. No one likes surprises. Our suggested steps are, if you're finding it difficult to piece everything together in an email, have a call to talk about what you're going to provide and what they want. And most importantly, do not forget to include what's not included. Make sure you spell out what you're not going to do. This is just as important as what you are going to do. Follow up this call with an email listing this and also confirming the next steps, which should include payment terms and also that you need a retainer agreement in place. If you have trouble making notes through the call or remembering kind of the points discussed in the call like myself, have a friend or a colleague join and make notes as you go along, or record the video so you can go back and replay it. But do let the other person know you are recording it for reference purposes and not to share on socials. Next, send the agreement and invoice, but more on that later. Wait to have the signed agreement back and payment. Once you've received the signed agreement and payment, then you start work. This brings me to payment. You need to think about the type of work you're doing for this client. Some work might be appropriate to ask for the full fee up front. For example, I do this for sponsored social posts for clients. If it's not appropriate, then we would really recommend asking for money up front. For example, 50% to begin the work and the last 50% once the work has been completed. Asking a client to make a financial commitment at the start is a great way of making sure they're serious about proceeding and that they understand the deliverables and they believe that they're paying a fair price and a reasonable price for what they're receiving. Plus, if something happens, then you're not completely out of pocket for the work you've already done. And now, let's talk about putting it all on paper. We think it's super important to have a retainer agreement, which sometimes is called a statement of work. This is a document signed by both parties, which sets out the service, what you will do. It might include what you won't do, and I recommend you do include that, so it is crystal clear and there's no confusion. It should also include the timing of when the service will be delivered, the agreed price, and when payment is required. Also include what happens if one party pulls out of the deal part of the way through. Also, what to do if there's a dispute. This is a very simple overview of the key points a retainer agreement should cover. Here are our tips for bringing up the subject of a retainer agreement with your client. Make it clear from the start that you require a retainer. Ask your client if they already have one. Some companies have a standard agreement that they will use to work with freelancers, and this is sometimes known as a vendor terms and conditions. If they have one, make sure you read it. It's great, it saves you producing one. But there will be a time when you will need to produce one, so it's good to have a template that you can use. Always make sure you read it carefully and clarify anything that isn't clear and you don't understand. If your client does not have a standard agreement to share with you, then consider spending some time putting one together, which you can use with your clients over and over again. Just make sure to cover the points we mentioned earlier. And here you might want to pay for a template or pay for someone to check something if you've written it yourself. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you prefer to read the blog, link in description below, and hit the bell button so you get notified every time I post a video and go live. I'll see you in the Eddie Hub community where we chat about these challenges every day and learn from each other.